we have Pytaras Jurchenko, CEO, UX designer, and accessibility expert at SIA Turn Digital. He's giving us a presentation on the future of accessibility, the future of accessibility statement. And that will be the last lightning round talk we have for the WordPress Accessibility Day. All right, Peter, let's bring it home for us.
Hello, my name is Petris, and 4 years ago, with colleagues, we create initiative piekļūstamība.lv, which means accessibility.lv in Latvian. We do research and training on accessibility, but we have also create practical tools. For example, schooliovp.com is a platform based on WordPress for schools to create accessible websites in few days. We have also created accessibility statement generation plugin, and I will tell you in more details about this plugin. But for beginning, what is accessibility statement? I will describe it as a page on the website that tells you what is accessible and what is not accessible on this website, and who to contact in case of problems. Usually, the link on this page is in the footer somewhere next to the privacy policy. Here you can see examples and links on the European Parliament, Go UK, and the US President's page. Why provide an accessibility statement? In some situation, you may be required to provide an accessibility statement, such as public institution in countries that implement the EU Web Accessibility Directive. But the main reason are to show users that you are care about accessibility and about them. Provide information which content on your page is accessible and which is not, and how to deal with it. Publish information about website accessibility evaluation and contact information if user need help with content accessibility. Demonstrate commitment to accessibility and to social responsibility. What to include in accessibility statement? It depends on the country and regulation. Some countries have templates. Some ask to include results of websites evaluation. Web Accessibility Initiative recommends include commitment to accessibility, which accessibility standards such as WCAG 2.1 and which level A, 2A or 3A is applied. Contact information and response time in case user encounter problems. It also good practice to provide information about any known limitation in your website to avoid frustration of your users. For example, old videos do not have subtitles. Measures taken by your organization to ensure accessibility. For example, websites evaluation and used methodology. Technical prerequisites such as supported web browsers, environment in which the content has been tested to work, and also references to applied national or local laws and policies. Is accessibility statement required? It depends in which country your website operates and which sector your organization operates. For example, in Latvian, our government implements the European Accessibility Directive, which is mandatory to public institutions and publicly owned companies, but it is not mandatory to private companies yet. On the website of Web Accessibility Initiative, you can see the regulation in every country, but this information is mostly from 2018, and they plan to start publishing the updates in this November. Here you can see example of Nordic Insurance Company. This is a private company that operates in 7 countries with different regulation. You can see that the link related to accessibility is only on 3 of websites. It is interesting that Apple defines accessibility as an Apple value, but this value is not translated in every language. For example, in Latvian, websites only privacy was mentioned as a value. So, if you are planning to include accessibility statement on your website, is there a tool or generator which can help you generate an accessibility statement? First to mention is Web Accessibility Initiative Accessibility Statement Generator. You can fill in simple form and generate a plain HTML file. All fields are with info and examples. Another publicly available tool is Accessibility and Usability Statement Generator from Portugal's government ecosystem. It requires more detailed information, including a usability test with people with disabilities. As a result, you get a HTML file which you can copy-paste to your website. There is similar tool of Belgium government. And a very nice tool is from Nomensa. All tools provide a form to be filled in and generated an HTML file. There are some issues with this approach. Information is either too general for the needs of different countries or too specific if the tool is designed for a specific country. It would be nice to adapt this tool for different countries, but is not possible as they are not plugins. Some of generation provides source code, but you need to run and host this tool somewhere. They do not have centralized repository like WordPress plugin and translation. All generators provide result as HTML block or file, which means it is hard to update next year, and problems to copy-paste in machine-readable format. And yes, this is not the WordPress way. We try to solve previously mentioned issues in the WordPress way, and one of them is the WordPress plugin, and I will demonstrate it later. Another approach is create and publish accessibility statement for each country as a pattern. Which pattern way it will not solve all problems with machine-readable format. For example, if you have plan update some tags or ID values, you can do it only for new content, not for previously published. With plugin update, you can improve machine-readable afterwards. What to expect from WordPress plugin? Provide information and links to local regulation website. Provide text example, description, edit, not create. Fill in some custom fields. Result work in any theme. Provide only semantic content, not style. Result in machine-readable format. Content can be easy updated like normal page. Ability to customize template content from WordPress admin, not only from code. Let's see how it works. When you activate accessibility statement plugin, it will create page accessibility statement, because this plugin is in Latvian, this page called Piekļūstamības paziņojums. When you edit this page, it use ACF. If you have it, use your own. If you not have it, use included parts of ACF, which was available open source previously. Here you can fill it with forms. You have link to local guidelines where you can get information how to check and what to include in this accessibility statement. And it works like normal WordPress page. You can update, you can preview changes. And for example, here it creates semantic HTML inside in WordPress. And if you change theme, it works with any theme. And if you change theme, it will works with another theme as well, because it's only HTML without style. What we get in this HTML, we get this machine readable tags as well. And if you want to change this template, change this machine readable tag, you can do it by from WordPress administration as well. Go to the settings, accessibility statement setting, and here is text and classes or specific tags for creation. What I think about future of WordPress accessibility statement actually is two ways. Be like plugin, one or many plugins, and new pattern library. I think pattern library is easy way, but you cannot update some things after you publish this statement. In plugin way, it's possible to update this machine readable tags on information with plugin updates afterwards. And yeah, if some content change, plugins is more better way to use in WordPress. Thank you. That's all for me.